I believe in equality for all people across the world. In my near future, I will be embarking on a career as a high school English teacher where I am 100% positive that I will encounter students from all levels of socioeconomic status and students from many different ethnicities. This is where my initial belief in equality will truly be put to the test, because I will have to find a way to communicate with all of these children on a daily basis, and I will have to learn each and every one of their cultures and beliefs. These students all deserve a chance to succeed in life, and I believe that this success will ultimately come from their education. This education is not something that I have to teach them all by myself, because it also comes from the lessons and morals that they are taught by their parents and by other teachers that they come in contact with. My goal will be to relate to each and every one of these students in a way that makes them comfortable inside of the classroom environment. I have learned how to incorporate this idea of equality into my belief system simply because I have encountered many great men and women throughout my life who also believe in equality across the world. The first person to whom I must speak of is my father. He is from a small town in Tennessee where some people still assume that certain races are superior to others simply because that is what people from the past have told them. My father, however, never bought into this idea because he has always taught me to never think of myself as being better than others. His number one quote that I will always remember is, "There are good and bad people from all races." This is something that always reminds me to never judge a book by its cover, and to view others as they are my equals, because in God's eyes all people are the same. My mother is also a person who influenced my belief on equality, simply because she always taught me the golden rule. This rule is probably known throughout the world, but it is something that should be taught consistently in order to ensure that everyone understands it. The rule that I am referring to is the rule that states that we should all treat others as we would want to be treated. This is something that will always be a recurring theme in my mind, simply because I will need to treat all of my future students in a way that I would want other teachers to treat me. Students all deserve respect, and teachers should always remember that every student is unique and learns at their own pace. Another man who influenced me and taught me a great deal is Dr. Terry Simpson. Dr. Simpson is a man who also comes from a small town where education was not at the top of the priority list, but he still found a way to better himself, and he eventually achieved a doctorate. The reason why Dr. Simpson influences my beliefs so much is because even though he has achieved so much, he still treats all of his students with a great amount of respect. I will always try to teach in the way that he teaches, simply because he always saw each student for the person they truly were, and not for the place that they came from or the social status that they came from. I, Billy Wilson, believe in equality and respect for all students. Each student embarks on their own journey, and I feel that it is my job as a future teacher to provide them with a proper learning environment where these students will be able to speak freely and not worry about being cut down for making a mistake. I chose English with teacher licensure as my major because I not only want to help students progress in their education, but I also want to teach people that everyone has an equal part in this journey that we call life. I am ultimately going to try and be a friend to my students so that they will have someone to confide in while they are at school. I feel that I have a hard road ahead of me, but I have been taught by the best, and although I may not be able to change the entire world, I believe that I will be able to make a difference in someone's life.